And there is the Scotland team going for 5 in a row against England in the Calcutta Cup on Saturday afternoon. Cannot wait for this match. I'm also dreading it. I was at Murrayfield last year for the victory for Scotland. I was at Twickenham 2 years ago when Duhan van der Merwe he scored a hat-trick last year and he scored an absolute wonder try 2 years ago as Scotland won at Twickenham again. But it's called the Allianz Stadium now. So that's it. The reign of Scotland comes to an end. Well, I guess at least they'll be able to say they won the very last Calcutta Cup match at Twickenham, technically speaking. But we'll see. Is it going to be 5 in a row, or is it going to be continuation of Scottish domination and English misery? We will see. What we do know is that Finn Russell is in for Scotland. He starts, he's come through HIA protocols, and he's able to take his place in the team, which is a huge relief for Scotland fans. It means we have got Finn-Sanity on the turf. We've got a Finn on either team. One Finn is going to win, but which one is it going to be? That is what we will find out. The negative news for Scotland is that Darcy Graham is not available. There was rumours earlier in the week that he was going to be available as well. And I don't know about you, but I was kind of thinking, really? When you looked at the state of him going off the Twickenham pitch, apparently it wasn't actually a concussion that he suffered. It was facial injury, but there's no broken bones there. And that means he should be available for the next round, but not quite enough for England. So a massive game for Kyle Rowe, who comes in on the right wing. That's the one enforced change for Scotland. It's a shame that Kyle Steyn is not available yet. This would have been the perfect time for him to come back to fitness, but he might be back for the final 2 rounds as well. 2 further changes that are both tactical, both in the pack. Jamie Ritchie in for Matt Fagerson. They switch places on the bench and starting. It's exactly the same situation with Rory Sutherland moving to the bench. Pierre Schoeman is starting. I mean, it's a pretty good Scottish team, isn't it? Without Sione Tuipulotu, obviously, without Darcy Graham, without Carl Steyn. And those are significant losses. Without Scott Cummings as well, another very significant loss. But, you know, teams have to deal with injuries and have to absorb those. Scotland, do they have the depth to win? That's the guess. Now, there's been a couple of... And I'll be interested to know what you think about this. There's been a couple of narratives bubbling away over the last week or so. And one narrative that a lot of people seem to be saying is that somehow this is England's to lose. And England should win. England are going to win. Like a lot of people sort of thinking it's going to be not comfortable, not easy, because no game in the Six Nations is easy as such, but England should just win. Like, have you watched the last 4 years? This is the same England team that suddenly a lot of people are going, oh yeah, England will win. No worries. They should win. It's almost like, I just get the sense, and I've seen this with a lot of English journalists as well. It's almost like a sense, we got the win against France, and straight away, right, let's flip the narrative and start making England seem better than they are so that when they lose, we can properly get on them again. Because misery loves company. Nothing sells newspapers and gets clicks and stuff like a team not doing very well. So let's start building England up so we can knock them down again. I wonder if that's what's going on, because I just don't see it like that. I see this being a really, really close match. The second narrative that's being spun, and this one relates to the Scottish team, is that Finn Russell is overrated in some way. I've seen quite a lot of comments saying to this point, when I was talking about potential Lions squads and things like that, a lot of people going, oh yeah, Finn Russell, just overrated, not really good, he's a luxury, the word maverick gets used to describe Finn Russell a lot. He is incredibly skillful. He can do things with a rugby ball that no one else can do. He's amazing. But he is also, I mean, watch him for Bath week in, week out. He can run a rugby match. He can provide structure and he can tactically kick brilliantly. And the one thing I'd say about Finn Russell is you have to look at the context that he's playing in. In the Premiership, playing behind a strong Bath pack, he just absolutely pulls strings. Against Ireland in the last round, he did not have a great game. Well, obviously went off early. But in some matches, he does not have great games. But usually that's when the pack that he's playing behind is getting the pants pulled down. And that's the context here. If you put Finn Russell behind a South African pack, best 10 in the world, no question. You put Finn Russell behind the Ireland pack, and you take Sam Prendergast and you put him behind the Scotland pack in the last round, Sam Prendergast does not look anywhere near as good, and Finn Russell looks way better. So I don't. Those are the two narratives I don't understand. England somehow should comfortably win this, and Finn Russell isn't very good. I want to stick up for Finn Russell, and I also want to just temper writing Scotland off, as some people seem to be. They've got a proper team. They've gone with a 6-2 bench again. I think that makes sense with Scotland, because I guess the one big question, which I've already touched on there, is can their pack create enough of a platform? If they can, then Finn Russell can do Finn Russell things. Hugh Jones will have a little bit of space to run into. Duhan van der Merwe will be able to do what he does. And, I mean, he's scored crazy tries against England. Can he keep it going again? England just need to shut him down. Can you tell I'm nervous as an England fan? Yeah, 6-2 split makes sense. It does mean you don't get George Horne, who I do really, really like, but Jamie Dobie, the fact he can play on the wing, it makes sense. It means you can have 6 forwards, and I do think Scotland's drop-off in the forwards is a little bit of a concern. Do they have enough firepower and enough poundage, enough tonnage to come off the bench? I don't know. We'll see, but I mean, it's a really good team, and it's not far off full strength. As for a combined team, so obviously the England team got announced on Tuesday, with just the one change for Steve Borthwick, with Ollie Chesham coming into the starting lineup, George Martin on the bench. So with those combinations available, if you had access to all 23 Scots, all 23 Englishmen, who would you pick in a combined team? Mine looks like that. And just to underline how tight I think this game is going to be, I've gone for 8 Scotsmen and 7 Englishmen in a combined 15. England, though, have the edge on the bench 5-3, meaning England have 12 and Scotland have 11 players in a combined 23-man squad. So again, any suggestion that this is going to be in some way easy for England is madness. I see this game going right down to the wire. I think England's bench might just make the difference, but it's not a gimme. I did very much consider Ellis Genge at loosehead prop. I think he's been playing really, really well. He seems to have addressed his scrummaging issue. Pierre Schoeman, maybe not quite at the level he has been as well, so that was a bit of a coin flip. I just edged with Pierre Schoeman for this one. Xander Fagerson, the other prop. England have the engine room, second row, and one of the back row. Again, Ben Earl, Rory Darge. I mean, that's tight. Ben Earl is amazing, absolutely brilliant. And I mean, for one thing, this just goes to underline how massive some of the games are for British and Irish Lions selection as well. You can go right down the team. Ellis Genge opposite Xander Fagerson. That could up Xander Fagerson's stock, or it could up Ellis Genge's stock. I think they'll both go on the British and Irish Lions tour, but pecking order, it could play into. Ollie Chesham is not beyond the realms of possibility because of his versatility, that he could play himself onto the plane. Tom Curry, if he can have another big performance, he could be there as well. Rory Darge against Ben Earl, that is massive. And Jack Dempsey needs a big game as well. I've gone for him over Tom Willis. I think Jack Dempsey is underrated. Very, very good player. Alex Mitchell and Finn Russell. That's the combination at halfback. But Ben White is a player that needs a big game because he plays for Toulon, which is in the top 14. He might be slightly unavailable for some of the tour. That might count against him, so he needs to play much better than Thomas Williams. And he's up against Alex Mitchell, who at the minute you'd think is going on the Lions tour, but we'll see. Duhan van der Merwe, Tommy Freeman, the two wingers, they're going to be going head-to-head in this game, directly opposite each other. That's going to be interesting. And Ollie Lawrence, in a stacked field of centres, he's going to be opposite Hugh Jones. I mean, the England, when you actually watch the way him and Henry Slade play, they don't play inside and outside. They just play, they flip around defence and attack, so it's fairly fluid. Blair Kinghorn is the kind of stardust in this Scottish team. Everyone talks about Finn Russell. I think Blair Kinghorn, and they talk about Duhan van der Merwe. If Scotland win, Blair Kinghorn will have a massive game, and we'll see if they can get enough territory and win the kicking battle and then take advantage when the space exists. I think this is going to be so close. So, like I say, I think the bookies, I saw it. Some had them at England by 9 was like the handicap. It's like I don't see how you've come to that conclusion. Yeah, England beat France, but France could have won that game on another day, and Scotland have got England's number. So I'm going to be at Twickenham. I cannot wait for the match. I'll be bringing you stuff before and after the game. So please hit subscribe on the channel if you haven't already, so you don't miss anything. And I will predict tentatively England by 4. I think it's going to be within one score, within one converted try, but it could go either way. Let me know what you think, and bring on the rugby. I'll see you on the next one.